What's up guys, this is Coach Donny from Elevate Yourself, where we change lives through volleyball, training, and inspirational content. Welcome to my volleyball coach reaction to Haikyu Season 4, Episode 13. If you're new to this channel, I'm a volleyball coach, volleyball player, and personal trainer who provides volleyball tutorials, jump training workouts, and other cool volleyball videos. The funny thing when I started doing these Haikyu reaction videos is I actually didn't intend to comment on the actual animation and illustration quality. I was expecting to only react to the storyline and the volleyball aspect of it. I'm actually surprised that many of you have actually been enjoying some of the new perspectives that I've been able to provide by talking specifically about the animation and illustration qualities of this anime. I'm very tempted to watch the entire anime again because I'm sure I've missed a lot of the tidbits of the storyline, but more importantly, missed a lot of the amazing details of the animation and illustration. Let me know in the comments below if you would like me to react again to the entire series once I'm done with all the seasons. That opening scene where they showed Hoshiumi tooling the block, tipping, and doing all that crazy stuff and pretty much being unstoppable was a great way to give that first impression to Hoshiumi and how dominant he is as a player. I did not know that this was the girl that Tanaka accidentally almost fell on and fantasized about falling on her chest. That would be an interesting angle of the story if their relationship continued to evolve into something deeper. I don't know if I can handle any more backstories. There's just so much character development and so many details that I'm just already forgetting so many names and so many stories. But I guess that's why many of you like to watch this anime multiple times, because of the depth that Haikyu provides. Some of you have noticed the improvements in the video and lighting quality, and it's all thanks to my video editor James for giving some great recommendations for the brand new Sony camera that I just got that's dedicated to all my studio work, as well as the lighting setup. I want to give a special thank you to all the Patreon members for the financial contributions, because all the money from the Patreon goes directly into enhancing all the technology and studio related equipment for my videos. If you want to support this channel and get access to exclusive content like early access to my Haikyuu reaction videos and special volleyball games, my private blog, live Q&A sessions, and more, you can sign up for my Patreon linked in the description box. There's a special surprise footage during the halftime of this video that I think many of the Haikyu fans will enjoy, so make sure you watch all the way through to see what that is. Now let's get this Haikyu party started. Hey! Niiyama, gotta remember that name. Oh, okay. That's where the connection is. Giant girl. Here's an interesting side story. My wife is decently tall, 5'8", and I remember when she was in elementary school and middle school, she would tell me stories about how self-conscious she felt about being one of the taller ones in the entire group. And in middle school and early high school, before the boys had their growth spurts, even though she's really pretty, a lot of the guys didn't go for her because maybe they felt intimidated by her height, or they just didn't like girls that were just as tall as them or taller than them. Height is definitely beneficial for volleyball, but I can see where it can create some self-conscious issues for girls at a younger age when they're super tall. I thought the guy in black was... Oh, Tanaka coming to the rescue. Man, I love it. Giving her some extra confidence. Okay, they're already neighbors, so he already... Oh, he's gonna teach her volleyball? Oh. He is her introduction to volleyball. Or Tanaka's probably daydreaming about her. Oh yeah, what's gonna happen to his feelings for Shimizu? Wonder why is it Inoshita's fault? He didn't introduce her. The second day, I'm assuming they mean the second day of the tournament. Yeah, I'm gonna clap like a Japanese anime character now. Different animator for this episode. I can tell the style is different. Inarizaki. Oh, we finally get to see the cocky setter that was trying to get into Kageyama's head. Ojiro Aran. That's cool. Oh, I love this background on these other teams. Kind of builds up all that hype. You can't wait to see these special players play. Suna Rintaro. Yeah, shorter middle blockers are sneaky. They're fast, and their vision is so good because they have to be at that height. Take advantage of the space when you... Okay, let's talk about that. So when Coach Ukai is talking about taking advantage of the space with a shorter middle blocker, because they're shorter, it takes them longer to close the block, even though they're hypothetically faster, but their strides are shorter, and so you want to make them move a greater distance. So for example, you want to run a back one fake to make the middle go further behind you as a setter, and then set the outside so they now have to travel a further distance. So it's a good strategy against smaller blockers. Make them move a lot more, because then they also can't use their vertical because they don't have as much time to actually put effort into their jump. Miya Atsumu. That's the guy that called Kageyama Goody Two Shoes. Oh. If Kageyama thinks it's good, then it must be good. Ooh, setter with a strong serve. Is it just me, or does this color palette and animation style feel more like a classical anime style from like the 90s or 80s? I feel like the color palette is a little bit flatter and more softer tones, and there's not a lot of line variation, just very simple lines to communicate all the detail. Curious if anyone notices that, or if it's just me, or maybe the lighting on my monitor is off. But this feels like an older anime style for sure. Even the way they have them crossing like that, it's got that as the old school technique. I missed that. Wonder why Asahi. I wonder why he's discouraged. Maybe he feels like he's the best server on the team. Yeah, probably because Karasuno is entering as a lower seed, if this is their first time playing in this tournament. Yes, of course, Hinata's excitement inspires everyone.
反対側のブロックだから。そっか。でもイタチ山に勝ったやついたらそこが一番じゃん。そうか。はあ、なれないわ。お前らのその変な自信。
That's what you need from a team. No matter who's on the other side, even if they're great, even if they're supposed to beat you, you gotta believe in yourself. Confidence is a choice that you make. You can't wait for someone to give it to you. Yeah, that's where Daichi gets a little dramatic before the last competition, which is true. Every competition is potentially the last one. These are some good sentimental moments. Surprising, a bath scene for male characters and not your typical female character bath scenes that you see in anime. Is that Nishinoya? That's cute. Inoshita tucked him in. Even though they only played one match, the intensity that you put into those matches is so much higher because the stakes are higher. So, oh, is he gonna try to talk to her? Or is he excited about the game? Oh, that's a good. Let's freeze frame it on this face. I gotta memorize this facial expression. I feel like I want to draw it sometime. Or they should create an emoji, like a Tanaka emoji of this expression of just deep embarrassment or deep blushing. I forgot they're in Tokyo. How romantic, sitting by a Christmas tree or Christmas lighting. That's cute. Pretty normal not to know what to say. Oh, she's blushing too. Oh no, is that her boyfriend? Oh. Of course, in a K-pop trench coat. The Buddhist bell and the Buddhist face. Oh, that's a cute charm. What? Oh. No way. She indirectly confessing her feelings for Tanaka in front of her boyfriend. Man. Okay, this is a backstory I'm interested in. Tanaka's romance. Dude, that scene must have been hard to do. With all the balls are bouncing at different heights. Let me talk about how hard this scene might have been. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on the right side. Oh, even more, 10. And probably 10 on the left side. There's 3 completely different animations you have to show in this specific scene. The balls all have to be different, actually 4. The balls all have to be different sizes because you want to show what the ball looks like, you know, very far away, there's little dots, and then very close up, and then mid-range, and somewhere in between that. Also, when the balls are moving, they're usually spinning at different velocities. Some are spinning fast, some are spinning slow. So you have to animate the pattern of the ball, which is very complex. It's that curved yellow and blue shapes. all spinning at different rates, and on top of that, the balls have to fall at different velocities. So some of the balls that are going really high, they slow down more at the top, and then they fall down faster at the bottom. Some of the balls that are being bumped low, it's kind of more of a consistent velocity. So it's going to be medium pace the entire time. And when you're animating motion, in order to animate something at a greater speed, you have to separate the images. So if you want the ball to fall faster, the tween image in between the keyframes are the major poses that we talked about the last episode. So between the keyframes, the tweens have to be further apart. So if you want the ball to move faster, the ball is going to be here, and then it's going to be here, where if you want the ball to move slower, it might start here, but then go right there, right? So to have to manage the number of frames that will vary for each ball, the size for the depth perception, and also the pattern spinning with different colors and a unique shape. Good thing they only made that scene like 2 seconds. I mean, that's a hard scene. They probably wanted to make it longer, but then the animators were like, no. If we gotta do this by hand, you gotta make it 1 second. That's all I can do. It's probably hundreds of frames for just this alone. Having to do different balls on different layers. Oh, this is the first time we saw Takeda Sensei show any other type of anxiety or intimidation. Hinata's confidence continues to inspire people even with the strategy. That's cute. She's taking notes. They'll probably refer to Yachi's notes later. Every scene has meaning in this anime. Yeah, this is something we haven't seen in a while. If you look at everyone's hair, I noticed this with Hinata's, most people's hair just shows like 3 layers of detail. You have the black outline, then you have the base color, so Hinata is going to be orange, and then you have the darker color, so it's like an orange brownish color. But in this episode, they've been adding a 4th level of detail, which is the white streaks, the glare, just to give it some more fullness and more depth. But when I play this, you'll also notice it with Suga's hair and I think the Asumu's hair too, if I'm saying his name correctly. So Suga's hair, I see the white lines and the setter there too. Twin brother. Oh, that's really cool whenever they have twins. It is halftime. I'm about to show you the clip. So you can thank James, my editor, for this scene because he's been encouraging me for a couple weeks to film the old school Haikyuu halftime scenes where I'm serving at a water bottle. And I gotta tell you the backstory. I'm all about backstory, just like Haikyuu. For me, I'm just so busy trying to manage both editors and the thumbnail designer and making sure that they're doing well, supporting their roles, creating a schedule for them, recording the content, writing scripts for new ideas, and then trying to develop and maintain the training app that I just released. But James brought up a good point. He's like, it's just not going to take too long. You should just do it at one of your practices. So I finally did it. I put it in my alarm. I set the alarm, spend 5 minutes recording this small scene and try to hit a water bottle. So I'm going to have James play the scene first, and then I'm going to talk to you about what was going through my mind after the scene. Pretty crazy, huh? I honestly did not expect myself to actually hit it on my first try. I was really just going through the motions, and already I was anticipating, I wonder how many episodes this is going to take. Because James was saying I should just record a couple, even if I don't hit it. It's just a fun thing to put for the fans at the halftime. But when I got on the baseline, I've been focusing a lot on serving under pressure. So I actually went through my whole routine. I visualized the water bottle, and I actually felt like I saw the water bottle right in front of my face. I looked at it, I saw it in my mind, I went through my serving routine, I exhaled, breathed out the pressure, and I served at it. And I hit it spot on, and I was just mind blown. Everyone in the gym was going crazy. There's only like 4 other people. But one of those very rare memorable moments. So there's my treat for you guys, and you could thank James for suggesting that. Hope you guys enjoyed that halftime segment. Now let's watch the fat bird fly for the typical halftime show. He's kind of cute. He's growing on me. Or it is growing on me. I don't know if it's he or she. Is this one of the setters? Too many characters. You know, he looks like... He reminds me of the main character from Devil May Cry. That's an older video game. Because he's got this maroon outfit with the collar and then the gray hair. Maybe he's got a sword in his back pocket that he's going to use to kill the team what they're losing. Yamaguchi's got this little spike on his head. That's funny. The realist. Peace. Interesting. She's got her little buddy giving her confidence. Everyone needs a little Hinata to give them some confidence. It's always the shorter players, it seems, in this anime. Oh, is Tanaka gonna help her too? I like little Tanaka. What a simple solution. Just keep trying until you can. Those are some seriously wise words. That's what you really gotta do. Don't give up. Oh yeah. More Tanaka. I already forgot her name. More romance. Oh, wait. Not the boyfriend. Ah, this gets interesting. Yeah, exactly what I was thinking. You still got a chance. Oh, that's a good quality. Be proud of your height. Be proud of being tall. Be proud of how you're born, whether you're short or tall. She reminds me of this one. I gotta look her up. I forgot her name. One of the most famous female. She just retired. She's really good. Oh, she exceeded him. That's interesting. Oh, that's a pretty cool scene. That bottom up view of him jumping. Raring to go. That is an interesting English translation. That's like one of the douchiest things you could say. Oh. He's looking at. He sucks. Oh man. That's just gonna fire up Hinata even more. Man, can't wait to beat this douchebaggery guy. Oh. Hinata's got some muscle. It's funny how Nishino is always posing. Oh, wait. We've never seen them play in the orange uniforms. Is it just me? Because this looks pretty unfamiliar. What is Asahi doing? Trying to cast a fortune on his palm? Yeah, that's interesting. From Hinata going from almost vomiting to being excited. Atsumu. Of course they got their boy band. The ultimate challenger. They will once they beat him. Oh, Daichi's getting discouraged. Their leader. Oh, what a comeback. I like that. I like how the upperclassmen stick together to keep each other fired up. Is this what? Oh, they brought their school band? I really gotta go to one of these tournaments one year. Yeah, they got a conductor, man. His facial expression was kind of funny. Kind of looked like a zombie. Maybe that was on purpose, since I know the story writer did zombie stuff before. Ooh, Yamaguchi's nervous. You can't be nervous. You gotta come in and serve your special jump float. Oh, taking it off like a cape. That was so cheesy. Oh. It's either so loud that you can't hear, or you're so distracted by the excitement of the room and the anxiety that you don't hear other people. Ooh, crossing pattern. Special mover. Oh, let's see what their hitting lines look like. By the way, the hitting lines for my team is awful. I'm terrible at hitting lines warm-ups. Much better in game. The Gundam cannon. But they're probably gonna stop the episode right before the first serve as usual. Ooh, even Coach Ukai's getting pumped up. The audience is getting pumped up and they're nervous. Love how yeah, okay, this is definitely the first time they wore the orange uniforms. New uniforms, new experience. Yeah, you got nothing to lose. You're supposed to lose, so just play your hearts out. Yeah, what rotation is that? This is supposed to be their service-C formation. So this is rotation 4, where the setter is to the left, and then you have Tsuki and then Asahi. Most people, they actually should be stacked to the, if I'm facing the net, to the left side, but if you're looking at the screen, it should be the right side. So this is not a very accurate service-C formation, unless they have Asahi hitting on the right side, and then you can still have Tsuki hit in the middle, and then maybe Tanaka hit a back row left side. But this just kind of looks like a middle school formation there. Oh no, is he gonna be extra dramatic? Yeah, that's pretty badass. Even though it's dramatic, to have that type of command and to be in sync with your fans and your band that much is great. Oh, no reaction, not even from Nishinoya. I've been there before. There's a guy named Peter Edwards that serves like that, where it's just like sometimes you blink and the ball is gone. You squealing pigs. Yeah. That's right. Come on, scream again. Oh. That's when you take a sigh of relief. But if that's how he's opening up the game, it's only going to get better. Ooh, now Asahi gets to demonstrate. He's probably going to serve his best serve, and then they're going to pass it perfectly, and he's going to get discouraged. This has got to be rare. I highly doubt that they boo the opposing team in Japan. Just to give you some insight on how great Japanese culture is, for the FIVB World Cup, which Japan hosts every year, one of the best international tournaments of the year, can't wait to go there someday. To give you some context, because Japan is hosting the tournament, Japan gets to participate in the tournament. They don't have to earn a bid. Every other team has to earn a bid to compete in the tournament. And Japan will actually bring separate fans to cheer on the opposing team, even though it's a smaller section. But that's just how hospitable and how thoughtful Japanese fans are, or Japanese people are. So I highly doubt that there's booing, especially at the high school level, for opposing teams. But if you're from Japan, let me know. I would love to learn more about that, or if what I'm thinking is true or not. Ooh, that jump starting motion was not very fluid. Oh, we got that intense bass guitar. Mia Atsumu. Ooh, another misserve. Man, so cool that Kageyama gets some national recognition. Something he deserves. He's a very good setter. East versus West. Ooh, that jump looked like Hoshiumi's animation. We gotta watch that again. I like how that leg swings violently around. The body's extra skinny and like very fluid, loose arms and limbs. What the heck? Maybe he mistimed it because he's trying out a new jump. Oh, he just completely forgot to hit because he's so engrossed in the jump. Kageyama's very verbally abusive. One thing we have to appreciate is also how cool and how difficult it is to animate these moments where they're trying to illustrate this agitation for this scene specific, probably regret from Hinata and embarrassment. And if you look on the upper shoulder near the ear, you see how that line is almost like a sound wave. And if you play it in slow motion, you'll see how those waves kind of go up and down. And then I love that extra scratchy, scribbly style that they use to communicate the energy of the moment. And that's really difficult to do. If you think about animating a typical movement, for example, this arm, I'm usually going to draw this arm with a consistent thickness, or the same line at least, even though it's not going to be completely straight, might be up and down. At least that thickness, I can move it and not worry about changing that line too much. But for here, as he's moving, you also have to change the line of the scribbly, scratchy edge of the arm. So if it's scratchy here, it's got to go up and down as well as move with the whole body. And on top of that, you got these great shadows and then these vertical energy lines to continue to communicate the intensity of that moment. I mean, Hinata looked like he was jumping pretty high right there. All the twin brothers, they probably go back and forth with each other all the time. Ooh, all the good players are watching this game. Standing guardians of the Shinto shrine. Karasuno looking up at them. That's a cool scene. And over already? Here's my immediate reaction to episode 13. Many of you mentioned how exciting episode 12 was. In all honesty, I actually thought the episode where Shimizu was trying to find Hinata's shoes and we learned about that sprinter track and field parallel, I thought that episode was actually a little more interesting. But I will say that episode 12 was pretty exciting because you actually felt like you were there at the tournament. You got to see all the variety of different teams, got to see the best players from different regions, And I think they did a great job capturing the energy of a national level tournament and how important it was. Episode 13 actually reminds me of when Karasuno was playing Josai. I already forgot their name. Whichever team K-pop setter is on, and how it was this anticipation, this back and forth battle. And even though they eventually won, it was just an exciting build-up. And I'm starting to sense that level of anticipation against the number 2 ranked team in the tournament. I'm also excited to see what type of dynamics is going to happen between the 2 twin brothers, because when you have that level of chemistry with another player, cool stuff happens. If you missed any of my previous Haikyuu reaction videos, you can watch every single episode by clicking this playlist right here, and I'm pretty sure you're going to like this video right here.